This is a huge embarrassment and quite frankly a direct insult. This person and that lady, these two duplicitous duo, they are struggling. They are now in big trouble. Harry and Meghan are in isolation, quote unquote, in Montecito after becoming estranged from both of their families, according to Talk TV's royal correspondent Rupert Bell. This comes after Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, spoke to the Australian news program 7 News Spotlight about his strained relationship with his daughter. Here's the thing, you have isolated your father for really no reason. Meghan Markle, I'm talking to you. If you're watching this video, perhaps you can take some advice from me. By the way, there is one person who said that Meghan and Harry, they watch my YouTube channel. I don't believe it, but thanks for the compliment. If they do, that's great. So this is the advice I have for Meghan. If you're listening to me, you have isolated your father. You have cut him off from your life. Now look at yourself. What is happening? You yourself are in isolation with your husband. Here you have a lesson to learn, which is that whatever you do to others, that exact same thing will happen back to you. I mean, at what point this person can go, Thomas Markle Sr., that he would even actually make a documentary or take part in a documentary to report, to tell his truth. The reason for that is because he's so heartbroken at the moment by the action of his own daughter that he is baffled. Quite frankly, I don't think he wakes up every morning accepting the fact what Meghan did was normal. He can never. And this is the quality, a bad quality of a narcissist. They throw you under the bus when you never expected. You never expected that. And this happened to me personally, so I can relate with that. Thomas Markle, I can feel your pain and how you felt when this narcissist threw you under the bus. In the documentary, Thomas said, "She loved me, quote, I was her hero and suddenly I was thrown out. She has got to ask herself this every day, why am I doing this to my father?" End quote. Rupert, to some extent, her family have picked an obvious moment. In many ways, it's a cri de coeur, I'm not sure I think it's a French word, from Thomas Markle. He is an ill man and he wants them to get back together again. Anything Meghan said about her father is not true. He did not have a relationship with me. He did not spend time with me. We have documents, we have videos where we see clearly he spent enough time, I don't know how much time, but enough time. Meghan should not be saying these things, that he never spent time with her. And again, as I said, he is so shocked, Thomas Markle, he cannot believe. Every day he wakes up and he hopes that things will change, but at the same time he knows he's dealing with this very, very poisonous person named Duchess of whatever, I don't know. Harry, before he married Meghan, was very close to his family and not now. And then you look at Meghan, she is not close to her family. There is a common denominator, and that is sad. They are almost in isolation in Montecito from their families. It has been reported that the Duke of Sausages, Duke of whatever, I don't know, do you, will be making a fleeting 24-hour trip to watch his father being crowned king before returning to California to be with his wife and children. The reason he is making this fleeting trip to UK is simple, because he now feels that he is losing his wife. And this is not just a feeling, it is actually true. A lot of reports are suggesting they are isolating each other. Meghan from Harry, Harry from Meghan. Maybe not Harry from Meghan, but the point here is that they're not very close as they used to be. The reason he's coming back to UK, rushing things, is not a good sign, guys. If you have a lovey-dovey relationship, your wife would tell you, hey, take your time, enjoy your time, don't worry about us, we're gonna be okay, don't rush, make things easy, and be with your father, the support he needs. But what we see, exact opposite. Hey, come back. I mean, obviously, I don't believe Meghan is asking Harry to come back and rush things. I believe it is Harry's decision. He wants to go back so that he doesn't ruffle feather of Meghan Markle, and making the trip so short that it is ridiculous, to the point where we see people are asking why Harry is even coming. There is another report. It says it looks like they are in trouble in paradise. There is trouble in paradise for the Duke and Duchess of whatever, I do not know, do you? Rumors are swirling that Meghan 41 and Prince Harry 38 are allegedly leading separate lives, quote unquote, which is very, very true, and spending less time together, with a royal insider reportedly confirming this to GB News. On top of that, fans think Markle seemingly pulled away from her husband when they were caught on the kiss cam at a Lakers game last week. We will break down the Sussex's reported issues as King Charles's 5th May 6th coronation approaches. I have highlighted this before and I'm gonna say it one more time. Every time they are going out, at least they'll be holding hands for the entire time if they can. They will show public intimacy. This is something very, very common. One reason why they show public intimacy in almost every time, in occasion, every time they go out, is because they want to go against the British royal protocol, where you are not actually allowed to hold or show public affection as a royal member. And the other thing that we have also seen here, number 2 point, is that the reason they are not holding any more publicly, holding hands or kissing each other, is because this is a clear proof that they are not in a romantic relationship. At least for Meghan Markle, it is done. They are having this relationship of convenience. They will live under the same roof because otherwise they will lose millions of dollars. All the contract they have signed together, it will all be vanished. Therefore, they do not want to tell people that, hey, we are separated. They want people to believe that they are still together, when in reality we know that is not the case. And the video that we have seen where Meghan was pulling away from Harry, recent LA Lakers game where they attended, this is the clearest proof that they are not, at least for Meghan Markle, she is not interested in Harry romantically anymore.
With just about everything nowadays, there's very, very mixed feelings about it all. The support is mixed. You've got a lot of expats here who are very loyal to the royals, so they feel hard done by there. Meghan certainly still has support from a lot of younger girls here in the States. Harry, I would say, has dipped a little bit, but I was actually up in Montecito at the weekend, and in Lucky's, one of the restaurants where they've been a couple of times as well. And what was interesting, Lorraine, wasn't it interesting to hear what Russell has to say, but some people, they couldn't care. And that's Montecito, which is where, they're based. So there's a lot of Americans now going, yeah, and a little bit like you and I have said before, like the book, okay, right, are we over it now? Can we move on? Can we move on? But I think what is interesting, again, is to keep that currency going. They do, in many respects, have to have that royal connection. Obviously, they'll always have a royal connection, but just how much of it? So I think that's part of the currency thing. But, even with the entertainment shows here as well, you definitely can see that the level of interest has definitely dipped.
Yeah. Now, I think the ultimate insult came from Paris Hilton. He called these duplicitous duos as, quote, boring. Meghan and Harry need to give up and move back to UK. Paris Hilton believes Prince Harry and Meghan Markle need to pack up their California mansion and return to UK where they belong. Quote, honestly, they need to give up and move back to the UK, Hilton, 45, exclusively told Page 6 at Tao's grand opening for Cathedral at the Aria Resort and Casino in Las Vegas on Saturday. I'm sorry with the names. I feel like it's inevitable. I don't mean this as an insult. Well, you do kind of, right? But they are both boring. The only thing that makes them interesting is the family in the UK and all of that drama. The gossip blogger predicted that the Duke and Duchess of whatever, I do not know, do you, won't make it in Hollywood in the long run. I don't think we should even talk about the possibility of Meghan and Harry going to Hollywood and make a name for themselves. I don't think that is even a possibility. Why? Because they do not have any talent, especially for Meghan Markle. She was never successful as an actress. Why in the world would she even think about doing something that she will just be getting even more embarrassed? This is Paris Hilton. Don't think he's the brother of Paris Hilton. In America, quote, she and he are not royals to us. We are not their subjects. They are just celebrities, and they have to play by the rules of celebrity, quote and quote. Hilton said, you have to work at it to maintain celebrity because the only way to monetize your celebrity is to maximize it and feed the machine. The podcast host, however, admitted that Meghan has already hit it off with celebrity power players. Quote, she is hanging out regularly with Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, with Ellen DeGeneres, with Oprah Winfrey. It doesn't get any more Hollywood than that, Hilton said. Well, yeah, she is hanging out maybe with some Hollywood celebrities. The reason for that is not because they love to be with her. It is because she is begging them, please invite me to your parties.
Oh my God, what is going to happen?
We have seen that as an example when Ellen DeGeneres, she renewed her vow with her wife. And we have seen Meghan and Harry, both of them there. Later on, when I was doing more investigation, I found out actually they went there for a purpose. They wanted some help from Ellen DeGeneres. It is safe for me to say that they were begging her, can we please come? We need this help from you. We don't care about your vow. Please, at least for our own sake, the sake of our past relationship, can you invite us? This is how they're getting all these invites. And obviously with Gordon Getty and other people, Meghan is perhaps promising them, yeah, if you invite me, I'm gonna be thinking about sleeping with you. But Hilton also thinks that the necessities won't last forever. Quote, it's still fairly young and new. They are in their honeymoon period, so to speak, and I feel like they will end up moving back eventually because it would also be good for business for them even if they are still not working royals, he said. I personally don't agree with that statement. I don't think Meghan Markle will be moving back to UK like she did in the past because she knows if she does go back, then she will have to live with Harry for the rest of her life. Or at least if she does decide to separate from him, she will not get custody of the kids. She is a smart player. What she will do is most likely she will kick Harry out of US from Montecito and tell the immigration department that, look, this guy was on drug. Would you allow him back to the States? I don't think so. Why don't you take him to the court or deport him or even better, jail him, imprison him? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.